So Nichols will be back on defense again today. So it looks like we're all set. Puck drop. Phantoms control. Send it back. Push up. Not enough for an icing. Back over to Nichols. Nichols gets it. Tries to clear it outside the zone. Picked up. Pops. Takes a swipe at it. Gets a hold of it. Loses it off his stick. Now back into the neutral zone. Back over to Lucas. Lucas on the opposite side. Now it'll be an offsides. Lucas on the faceoff. Puck's down, back out. Pop sends it opposite side. Doherty over in pursuit, back against the walls, knocks it back. Phantoms try to swipe that and get it out of the zone. Still there, Fisher, back over, drops it in, back over to Doherty, lifts the stick. Back behind the net, Lucas pressure onto the puck. Doherty gets it. Centers the puck, and the net comes off. Full rotation. Fisher, Prudo, Cusa, Krecker, and Peace out onto the ice. Fisher, face off, Cusa. Nice shot attempt, but it's just wide. Puck's alongside the boards, knocked down. Fisher drops it in. Rimmed it to the backside, picked up by the Phantom. Phantom cycle it to the opposite side. Prudo back over to help. Fisher's there, takes a shot. Takes a swipe at it. Goalie cradles it. Puck's down, back out to the blue line. Krecker sends it back over to Prudo. Prudo sends it back behind the boards. Fisher trying to hold it off. Phantoms bring it up. Center pass across the blue line. Justin knocks it down. Prudo kicks it up. Back into the neutral zone. Phantoms send it deep. Back over to Peace. Peace. Rotation. Prudo kicks it forward. Back over to Fisher. Fisher. Nice move around. Gets a shot off. Knocked down. Phantoms get control. Center it. Come across the blue line. Back out on the wing. Gets a shot off. Justin knocks it down. On a good read. Tobin tried to clear it off his shins. Back up over to Prudo. Prudo gets by a man, looks for an opportunity. And there'll be a penalty coming up with a slash. So Team Philadelphia at the 14:55 mark will be on a power play. Fisher, Doherty, Mott, Nichols, and Zimmerman out on the ice. Puck down, back over Doherty, tried to get to it, swung back out to Nichols. Nichols holding up. Zimmerman literally gets lit up right in the slot. Zimmerman with an attempt to redirect, slowed it down enough the goaltender put a glove on it. Phantoms get it, run it back into the corner, back over to Fisher. Fisher back out to Lucas at the point. Lucas, toe dances around, gets a shot off. .136 left on the power play. Puck's dropped back out, sent out to Nichols at the point. Back over to Lucas on the wing. Lucas, softer pass out to the point again. Redirect by Fisher. Sent back out center ice. Opposite side over to Doherty. Doherty right in the slot. Fisher looking. Over to Doherty. sent deep, all the way back. Lucas picks it up. Looking to drive forward. Speed. Comes across. Try to beat a man. Loses it. Still in the zone. Lucas gets it. Got a guy on him. Gets it knocked back into the corner. Lucas. Picked up by Fisher. Back out to the point to Doc. Nichols. Back over to Doherty. Doherty drives down. Centering pass. Back over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman loses the puck. Back over. Gets all the way back to Justin. Nichols charge up. Line change for Team Philadelphia. 15 seconds left on the power play. Nichols drives in. Nichols gets a nice shot off. Fisher, Peruto, Cusa, Tobin, and Bobst to burn off the last 10 seconds of the power play. Back out Cusa. Nice flick back, gets a shot off. Goaltender with a stick save. Shot attempt. Back over to Fisher. Fisher trying to make something of it. Back out to the corner. Back over to Peruto. Even strength. Peruto makes it through. Back over to Cusa. Cusa tried to get a shot off. Tobin's there. Drops it in. Delayed offsides. Phantoms pick it up. Send it deep. Justin knocks it down, back over to Bops. Bops back over to Peruto. Peruto jumps it into the neutral zone. Phantoms get it. Puck is still out. Knocked down by Tobin. Tobin holds up. Waits, loses the puck. Good feed by the Phantoms. Shot attempt. Justin with a good stick save. Back over to Cusa. Cusa centers it over to Peruto. Loses it off his stick. Swipes at it, knocks it deeper into the zone. Phantoms get to it. Peruto's over to help. Nichols holds up, waits for the zone to clear. Now comes through and drops it in. Nichols deep with the puck. Back over to Fisher. Puck is still loose out in front. Set all the way. Want to call that off. Justin knocks it down, picked up by Krecker. Krecker back over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman opposite side to Luca. Zimmerman tried to pick it up, gets knocked down. Phantoms pick it up, 3-on-2 odd man rush. Good defensive pressure by Krecker. Centering pass, doesn't make it through. Picked up by the Phantoms. Phantoms try to clear it into the center. Puck still. Run it deep, run along the rim. Back over to Luca. Luca has it knocked away. Nichols over to pick up, back over to Krecker. Krecker looking. All the way to the opposite side. Phantoms send it deep, picked up by Nichols. Line changed by the Phantoms. Back over to Nichols. Nichols gets over into the zone. Nichols cycles all the way back around. It looks like he's got Lucas on the opposite side. Clear back up piece at the point. Lucas drops it in over to Doherty. Doherty pulls it through. Try to centering pass back over to Lucas. Goes off a defender's stick. Lucas picked up. Justin. Kick save into the corner. Tobin to check. Picked up by Fisher. Fisher back over to Doherty. Doherty just outside of his reach. Fisher waits. Zone clear. Lucas tried to pick it up, goes off his stick. Back over to Doherty. Now it's outside the zone. Phantoms send it deep. Tobin. Over to Fisher. Fisher. Tobin. Back into the neutral zone. Tried to capture by Doherty. That was an offsides. Team Philly wins it back. Tobin sends it up opposite side over to Fisher. Fisher sends it deep. No icing called. Phantoms. Opposite side, Doherty over to help out. Try to clear the zone. Send it all the way up. Good stick by Thies. Picked up. Turnover. Doherty. Fisher. Wow. Several opportunities for Team Philadelphia to score. Puck's down, back into the corner. Phantoms pick it up. Fisher back over to put pressure onto it. Gets a stick. Phantoms try to send it outside the zone. They do. Cusick gets it. Drops it in. Crudo with little pressure. Back along the boards. Picked up by Box. Cusick. Try to get it on a strong side. Lose it to a defender. Sent back opposite side into center ice. Nichols on the back check. And Justin with a nice save. Puck's down. Picked up by Bops. Bops sends it up into the neutral zone over to Peruto. Peruto has it knocked away. Cuso streaking up the opposite side. Phantoms try to send it deep. Picked back up by Fisher. Fisher gets it knocked away. Back over to Peruto. Peruto into the corner. Held up at the boards. Knocked back down by Bops. Bops tried to knock it into the zone. It's going to be penalty coming up on Fisher for roughing. So Team Philadelphia at the 8:18 mark. Braden Fisher. He'll be down a man, so Jake, Luca, Botst, and Nichols. Puck's down, back out. Now it's back over to Luca. Luca sends it up ice. Luca on the forecheck. Pressure onto the puck. Good job by Luca. Phantoms collect it. Heston back over. Charging forward. Sent deep. Just outside the reach of Justin. Picked along the boards. Phantoms pick it up. Phantoms, center point. Alongside the boards. Send it deep into the corner. Justin with a nice glove save, knocks it back down. Luca tried to clear the zone, unable to do so. Phantoms pick it up at the blue line. Cycle it back around the opposite side. And the Phantoms first on the board. Opposite side pass for 1-0 lead. Puck's down, Phantoms control, sent back. Picked back up into the offensive zone. Thies back into the corner, try to check, pull it off. Lucas picks it up, comes screaming across, sends the opposite side back over to Fisher. Fisher across the blue line, back out to Doherty. Doherty tries to send it in. The redirect goes over the goaltender's head. Could have been an icing. Justin knocks it back down, picked up by Krecker. Krecker back over to Lucas. Lucas back out to Doherty, tips it forward. Lucas reaching, tries to poke at it. Now picks it up, gets it away from a defender, comes across the blue line. Try to get it into Doherty. Doherty back behind the net, loses it to a defender. Phantoms send it all the way in for an icing call. Tobin bops on defense. Puck's down. Lucas gets held up. Phantoms pick it up. Come into the neutral zone. Try to send it forward. Tobin. Doherty hits it at Lucas. Back opposite side to Fisher. Fisher just outside of his reach. Sends it back out to the point. Bops. Back over to Fisher. Fisher gets a shot off. Drops it back in. All the way out to Bops at the point again. Picked up by Doherty. Lucas moves around. Fisher gets it out to the point. Makes it all the way back. Not quite sure why they're not calling that an icing call. Doherty. Fisher on the ice. Fisher picks it up. Center pass back out to the point. Doherty. Look, had Tobin on the opposite side. Prudo on the ice. Cusa, Prudo, Fisher. Trekker and Nichols. 5:10 left first period. Team Philly down 1-0. Philly looked to come away with it. Trekker tried to keep it in. Knocked back down. Back over to Nichols. Nichols holds up. Goes the opposite side. Waits. Sends it back up to Cusa. Cusa. Back over to Fisher. Fisher. Streaming up. Turns. Just outside the reach of Cusa. Prudo's over there. Justin with a kick save out to the corner. Now it's into the neutral zone. Back over to Cusa. Cusa centers it back out to Fisher. Fisher. Nichols. Phantoms try to get it outside the zone. Now do. Nichols swipes it away back into the opposite side. Phantoms dump it in. Justin knocks it down behind the net. Nichols picks it up. Back over to Cusa. Up it back down. Prudo had a step. Phantoms. Good check by Nichols to take the defender off the puck. Now it's back along the boards over to Luca. Luca tried to get there. Still down. Now picked up by Heston. Heston sends it to the opposite side. Back over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman gets a shot off. Knocked down into the corner by the goaltender. Zimmerman sends it back out to the point to Thies. Thies. Shot attempt. 3:24. Team Philly down 1-0. Puck's down, back over in the corner. Heston and DeFruzio over to pick it up. DeFruzio picks it up back out to Heston. Heston looking, sends it out to the point to Thies. Opposite side over to Tobin. Shot attempt goes wide. Phantoms send it out to the neutral zone. Tobin gets it, drops it in. Zone's cleared. Now it's picked back up. Heston, pressure onto the puck. Phantoms come away with it. Thies back over to help. Picked up by DeFruzio. Sent deep. 2:45 left first period. No call on the icing. Back over to Doherty. Doherty taps it forward. Phantoms. Clear it into the neutral zone. Pick back up. Send it back all the way in the neutral zone. Lucas try to get away with defender. Does. Lucas back out with Doherty with a nice shot. Good pass. 2-on-2. Justin with a nice save. Doherty gets to it. Comes back. Got Lucas on the wing. Back over to Doherty. Gets a shot off. Back out to the point. Over to Nichols. Nichols. Lucas picks it up. Back opposite side over to Bobs. They scored. Doherty with a rebound after a barrage of shots against the goaltender. So Team Philly at the 1:31 mark. Doherty picks up the loose puck. So 1-1 at the 1:31 mark. Puck's down. Back over, picked up. Fruto almost tripped. Bob's trying to knock it down. Nichols gets it. Tallies it back behind the net. Moves around. Tries to get a defender off his stick. He does. Back over to Cusa. Cusa around the referee. Oh my gosh, a beautiful feed. Defensive stick by Flyers. Back over. Sends it deep. 52 seconds left in the first period. Picked back up by Nichols. Tap forward by Peruto. Cusa on the opposite side. Forecheck, 36 seconds left in the first period. Turnover. Gathered back by Phantoms. Shot attempt goes wide. Phantoms pick it up at the blue line. Picked up by Cusa. Cusa, 1-on-1. Got a guy coming up to him. Knocked down into the corner, 17 seconds. Back over to Cusa in the corner, 12 seconds. 9. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that'll end the first period, 1-1. After 1. Mott, Doherty, Thies, and Cracker out on the ice. All set. Puck's down. Phantoms come away within the neutral zone. Drive it back opposite side. Send it up into the zone. Tap it forward. It's all the way back. Justin thought about it. Released it. Back over to Cracker. Cracker. Try to send it up the wall. Picked up. Back over to Lucas. Sent over to the opposite side. Picked up center ice, straight in the slot. Center. Back over to Lucas. Lucas gets it over to Doherty. Doherty. Back over to Lucas. Center pass. Wow, nice pass to Fisher. Picked up. Lucas gets it back opposite side, sends it out the zone. And that'll be an offsides. 16:08. Peruto, Fisher, Cusa. Puck's down, picked up by Cusa, sent back over to Bops. Bops sends it up in the neutral zone. Goes long off the tip. Peruto back behind the boards. Now it's back out to Tobin at the point. Tobin sends it to the opposite corner. Picked up by Peruto. Peruto shifts his skates, makes a move. Back over to Bops. Bops drops it in. Back over to Peruto. Peruto just outside of his reach. Now it's back out to Bops at the point. Ooh, tried to get an opposite side pass. 2-on-1 opportunity. Tobin trying to fill back in. Nice stick by Bops. Fisher on the faceoff. Puck's down. Back over. Tobin back into the corner. Loses it between his skates. Fisher pulls it clean. Comes up. Looking. Heads up play. Gets it back out to Peruto. Fisher's there. Gets a stick on it. Nice feed. Good shot attempt. Goaltender knocks it down. Back over to Fisher, centering opposite side. Peruto tries to lift it over the goaltender's head. Puck's down, back over. Sent back over to Nichols. Nichols puts it up in center ice, picked up by Lucas. Lucas sends it back over opposite side to Krecker. Opposite side pass picked off in the neutral zone by the Phantoms. Nichols pressure, back over. Picked up by Doherty. Gets it back over to Lucas. Play it off the wall. Gets a shot off. Line change. Zimmerman, Heston, DeFrugio. Nichols, Krecker. Pick back up, out to the point. Krecker gets a shot attempt. Kick save back into the corner. Zimmerman's out of the wing. Sends it back out to Krecker at the point. Loses it outside the zone. Team failure have to clear the zone. They do. Picked up in the neutral zone. Zimmerman gets knocked off the puck. Puck back into the corner. Back over to Nichols. Nichols. And that took an interesting bounce off the wall. Heston on the faceoff. Picked up by Zimmerman. Zimmerman charges forward. It's got Luca on the opposite side. Shot attempt, goes wide, back over to Heston. Gets another shot attempt up. Good shot. Picked up at the blue line by Krecker. Heston, back over to Luca. Luca gets completely annihilated. Fisher, 3-0 Broncos. Puck's dropped. Back over. Back out to the point to Doherty. Gets it over to Lucas. Lucas tries to cycle it back out. Thies tried to dump it in. Has it picked up. Odd man rush for the Phantoms. Picked up. Lucas centers it. Picked up by the Phantoms. Phantoms go to the opposite side. Back out to Thies. Thies drops it in the neutral zone. Phantoms work around, send it deep. Justin back over, knocks it down. Picked up by Tobin. Tobin holds up, looks, waits. Pulls a defender to him, back over to Doherty. Doherty, little gentle pass, tried to get it to Lucas. Back over to Tobin, sends it to the outside side of Thies. All the way back behind. Fisher knocks it down. I'm going to call a roughing on Lucas. So at the 12:30 mark, Team Philly will be down. Back over to corner, Tobin picks it up. Gets it outside the zone, makes its way all the way back. Fisher, little token pressure. Phantoms, send it back into the neutral zone. Luca, over to get to it. Sent around to the opposite side. Phantoms pick it up. Thies over to help. Tobin, pressure. Phantoms pick it back up. Over into the corner. Cycle it back. Back out to the point. Shot attempt goes off of Luca's skate. Painful. Phantoms back out to the wing. Kick save. Back up. Tried to clear it. Luca couldn't do it. Phantoms cycle back in. Opposite side. Justin found that puck as it tumbled to him. Puck's down, back over. Phantoms have it. Opposite side feed, easy to see. Phantoms on the board for a second goal of the game. (11:17). Team Philly's down 2-1. Back over to Thies. Thies taps it forward. Lucas back over. Oh my gosh, takes a skid, loses an edge. Back over to Fisher. Fisher back out to pressure at the point. Fisher knocks off the puck. Back over. Thies sends it back over to Doherty. Doherty. Centering pass, opposite side. Looked nice. Thies picks it up at the point, sends it back over to Doherty. Doherty shuffles forward. Try to get a shot off, goes off a defender's stick. Cracker. Now it's into the neutral zone. Picked up by Lucas. 3-on-2 opportunity. Back pass. Cleared the zone. 2-on-2. Picked up on the wing. Centering pass right to a defender. It's all the way, and that'll be an icing. Two-one Phantoms. 9:52 second period. Phantoms have to pull it outside the zone. They do. Clear. Justin back over. Tobin picks it up. Tobin looking. Back over to Prudo. Taps it forward. No icing. Cusa back along the boards. Drops it in. Back over to Prudo. Prudo. Centers it back over to Fisher. Fisher to Cusa. Picked up by Bops. Bops with a good shot attempt. Still there. Back over. Phantoms try to pick it up. Back over to Tobin. Tobin sends it back over to Fisher in the neutral zone. Fisher cycles it back over to Prudo just outside of his reach. Fisher. Cusa drops it in. Back out to Bops. Sends it over to the opposite side. Prudo alongside the boards. Back over to Fisher. Fisher's got Luca on the opposite side. Luca could not get a piece of it. Now it's back into the neutral zone. Bops back over. 8:25. Heston. Puck's down, back over to Zimmerman. Drops it back over to Krecker. Nichols goes long. Gonna wave that off. Now it's back in the zone, back over to Nichols. Nichols, back over to Krecker. Tap forward, no icing. Luca, back over to retrieve. Nice shot by Jake, goes off the goaltender's stick. Picked up by the Phantoms. Sent back up. Splits his own. Pass into the neutral zone. Zimmerman. Drop back in, picked up by Jake. Heston sends it to Nichols on the opposite side. Back over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman, center ice. Comes across. Centering pass. Nice pass to Krecker. Couldn't make anything happen of it. Justin with the save. Knocked down. Back out to Doherty. Doherty waits. Got Zimmerman on the opposite side. Gets a shot off. Doherty sends it on net. Puck's down. Back out, Lucas. Fisher. Back up to Lucas. Back over to Thies. Lucas picks it up. Opposite side over to Tobin. Doherty. Picked up by Lucas. Opposite side over to Tobin. Tobin. Shuffles it in. Fisher. Back in the neutral zone. Tobin comes across the blue line. Line's cleared. Tobin. Back out to Doherty. Doherty gets a shot off. Back out. Fisher. Right into a defender's shin guards. Thies out in the neutral zone. Draws it clear. Opposite side. Picked up by Lucas at the blue line. Back out to Fisher in the slot. Tried to knock it down, get a shot off. Puck was rolling on its side. Doherty back over. Sent around to the opposite side. Thies charges on the puck, drops it back in. Picked up by Fisher. Fisher gets taken off the puck, gathers it. Back over to Thies. Doherty. Thies. Lucas picks it up. Back over to Doherty. Scores! Nice collective way to get Doherty a second goal of the game. Picked up the puck at the blue line, shuffled it on the opposite side to catch the goalie off guard. So Doherty with his second goal of the day. 2-2 at the 5:26 mark. Touchdown. Fisher gets taken off the puck. Phantoms get to it. Send it in the opposite side. Back over to Bobson, sings around the opposite side. Cusa alongside the boards. Knocks it down. Picked up by Nichols. Sent it back opposite side to Bops. Bops looking. Gets it back out to Crudo. Picked up by Fisher. So Prudo with the high stick. Cross check. .4:55 left, second period, 2-2. Center over to the opposite side. Picked up at the point. Take it back. Phantoms. Back over. Sent all the way down. Fisher, good back check, forecheck, sorry. Phantoms come off. I'm back on, back over to Bobs. Sent back. Sent over. One minute left on the penalty for Team Philadelphia. Kobe Lucas, Blake, and Richard out on the ice. Richard sends it up, gets it all the way back. Zimmerman, token pressure, sent around to the opposite side. Lucas just outside of his reach. Lose it outside the zone, they have to clear. 36 seconds. Phantoms send it deep. Lucas, pressure onto the puck. Back over onto the wing, 19 seconds left. Pressure back over Thies, back into the corner, try to pick it up. Phantoms try to get to it. Lucas gets it outside the zone, 6 seconds. Zimmerman back over pressure. Lucas picks it up. Lucas, opposite side. Lucas gets taken off the puck. Zimmerman gets a shot off and scores. Loose puck pickup. Zimmerman, 5-hole for Team Philly's 3rd goal of the game. Team Philly. 2:46 left, second period. Puck's down, back out, picked up by Bobs, opposite side over, gets it over to Kobe. Kobe's got Heston with him. Oh my gosh, that puck caught the goaltender. Thought it was going to come out and faster than what it did. Lucas back out, center at the point, Tobin. Tobin, shot attempt. Fisher, Cusa, Peruto. Cusa trying to control it back out to Peruto. Peruto tries to send it back over to Cusa, center to the point, over to Tobin. Tobin lifts it back into the corner, picked up by Fisher. Sent to the opposite side. Chobin coming off the blue line, picks it up on the wing. Back out to Cusa standing at the point. Back over to Fisher. Fisher loses the puck. Back over to Cusa. Sent out to the neutral zone. Fisher just gets lit up in their own zone. Referees really not watching. Picked back up by Peruto. Peruto picked up by Fisher. Fisher looking. Tried centering pass, goes off a defender's hip. Bobs at the point. Sends it deep, back over opposite side. Picked up in the neutral zone. Phantoms get to it, send it deep. All the way to the opposite side. Tobin looking. Light pass over to Peruto. That's an icing call. Puck back at the point, back over to Nichols. Nichols, shot attempt, goes wide, picked up by Zimmerman, back out to Krecker at the point. Krecker gets a shot off, goaltender shuffles it into the corner, back over to Zimmerman, back over to Krecker, opposite side over to Nichols. Try to get a shot attempt, intercepted at the defense. Picked up by Zimmerman. Over to Luka. Luka sends it deep. We are called off. 31 seconds. Nichols looking. Back over to Luka. Luka's got Jake on the opposite side. Back over. Nice pass by Nichols. Puck was right there. Back out to the point to Krecker. Krecker. Goaltender had no idea that was coming. 8 seconds. So that will end the puck's down. That was quick. Little exchange of the puck at the blue line, picked up by Peace. Back over to Doherty. Doherty sends it opposite side over to Lucas. Lucas across the blue line. Gets a nice shot off. .1640. Back out to the point, over to Krecker. Krecker, shot attempt goes wide, picked up by Lucas. Back over to Thies. Thies. Shot attempt, knocked down by the goaltender. Thies cycles it back. Doherty looking. Shot attempt by Krecker, knocked down in front, picked up by Doherty, center point. Center pass. Picked up. Fisher back in the neutral zone, looking for a little help. Fisher holds, maneuvers around, opposite side, picked up. Doherty. Try to get over to Lucas, swinging on the opposite side. Picked up by Fisher. Fisher again. Try to maneuver around, defender. Swung back over to Bops. Bops sends it back over to Fisher. Fisher looking. Tries the centering pass. Line change for Team Philadelphia. Cusa out on the ice. Fisher drops it in. Actually, no line change. Cusa's back, but Lucas comes across. Got a shot attempt off. Cusa picks it up. Back over to Lucas. Back out to the point to Bops. Bops. Shot attempt dribbles over the goaltender's shoulder, back into the corner. Crudo back over to Cusa. Tobin to Cusa. Cusa out on the wing. Opposite side, back out to Bops. Bops. Shot attempt goes off a defender's stick over the goal. Cusa drops it over to Tobin. Opposite side to Bops. Oh, try to get it to Fisher. So we're going to call Fisher with something. Call it interference. Heston. Fugio, Tobin, Bobst. Puck's down, one back out to the point. Centered back opposite side. Shot attempt goes over top of Justin's head. Puck makes its way all the way out into neutral zone where the Phantoms need to regroup. 1:42 left on the Team Philadelphia penalty. Sent back all the way to opposite side. Justin knocks it down. Bops gets it. Makes its way all the way out. Heston, a little token pressure. Phantoms come back out. Try to center pass. That comes out in the neutral zone. Luca, pressure onto the puck. Luca. Phantoms, cross center ice, now across the blue line, look to set something up. Back over to Bops, sends it all the way up. .46 seconds. Lucas with Nichols and Zimmerman out on the ice. Phantoms send it opposite side. Justin's there, drops it back down, picked back up by Nichols, gets taken off the puck. Nichols try to clear the zone. Phantoms pick it up at the blue line. All the way to the opposite side. Nichols. Phantoms cycle it. Back out to the point. Shot attempt goes wide. Krecker, pressure onto the puck. Nichols back over into the corner. 36 seconds. Picked up by Nichols, sent forward. Sent around to the other side, even strength. Phantoms, cycle her over to the opposite side. Dump it in. Justin shuffles it back over into the corner, picked up by Nichols. Line change for the Phantoms. Nichols. Back out to Lucas. Lucas taps it forward. Or maybe he doesn't. 12-18. Puck down. Lucas sends it deep back the opposite side. Krecker puts pressure into the corner. Check by Phantoms. I believe it's going to be a power play opportunity for Team Philadelphia. Cross check. So Team Philly at the 11:53 mark. Fisher-Mott, Nichols, Doherty. Sent all the way down. Lucas, guy in his back pocket, loses the puck. Gathers it around, opposite side, back over to Doherty. Doherty can't control. Back over to Nichols. Lucas sends it back over to Nichols. Nichols Sykes. Back over to Fisher. Fisher. Back over to Doherty. Cycles it back out to Krecker at the point. Over to Lucas. Redirect. Goaltender steers it into the corner. 47 seconds left on the power play. Sent over to the opposite side, over to Doherty. Doherty. Cycles, turns. Back over to Fisher. Fisher back over to Doherty. Doherty leaves it off his skate. Back out to the point to Krecker at the point. Shot attempt. Kept in the zone. Other side. 19 seconds. Kobe. Saved by the goaltender. And that'll wrap up the power play. Back out to Fisher. Other Fisher's on the ice now. Back into the corner. Got two guys on him. Pressure. Prudo onto the ice. Cusa back over to on. Prudo. Thought about it. Now sends it back out to Thies at the point. Thies. Redirect. Goes over top of the goal. Cusa sends it back. Back over to Prudo. Prudo looking. No ice. Shuffle back over to Krecker. Krecker. Back over to Prudo. Prudo. .909 third period. Fisher, Peruto, Cusa. Sent all the way back. Peruto on the forecheck. Like to get to the puck. Fisher over to help him out. Cusa charges forward. Puck comes all the way in. And that will be an icing call. Cusa, try to pull it through. Should be an offsides. Cusa gathers it, back over to Tobin, and sends it into the bench. Phantoms control, back out to the point. Peruto, a good swipe at it. Tobin avoids a hit, comes across the blue line. Try to get over to Fisher. Fisher, shot attempt. Goaltender guides it to the side. All the way back. Thies, good back check. Back over to Fisher. And into protective webbing. Heston, DeFruzio, Zimmerman. Puck's down, back over to Kobe. Kobe gets a shot off, goes off a defender's pads. Sent all the way deep. Pops, pressure into the corner, centering pass. Phantoms, send it early to the opposite side. Now back out to the point. Shot attempt goes wide. Picked up by Bobs. Sends it out in the neutral zone. Back all the way to Bops. Sends it over to the opposite side, over to Nichols. Nichols back over to Zimmerman. Couldn't knock it down. Justin reaches, grabs it. Centering pass back over to Heston. Heston opposite to Zimmerman. Attempt to the opposite side pad. 3-on-2, odd man rush. Shot attempt, goes wide. Picked up by Krecker. Krecker makes way around his man. Poke check, makes his way out to the corner. Phantoms, let it roll into the neutral zone, picked up by Krecker. Back over to Lucas. Lucas cycles around over to Thies. Thies can't control. Picked up by Lucas. Lucas sends it over to the opposite side to Thies. Tap forward. Now back into the neutral zone. Back over to Thies. Back over to Krecker. Fisher taps. Doherty on the forecheck. Nice shot. Good save by the goaltender. Puck's down. Try to clear in the zone. Phantoms get it. The neutral zone. Back over. Back in the neutral zone. Doherty on the forecheck. Try to get to it. Fisher picks it up. Oh, just outside the reach of Lucas. Knocked back. Lucas gets it. Sends it forward. Back up the neutral zone. Fisher. Hold up. Back pass gets intercepted by a defender. Lucas gets a hold of it. Try to get a shot attempt. Drops it back into the zone. Pops on the back check. Fisher waiting at the blue line. Tobin on the back check, back over to Geta. 4:39 left in the period in the game. Line change for Team Philadelphia. Fisher out on the ice. Tobin gets by a man. Try to get by the other. Back over to Fisher on the wing. Fisher turns. Got two guys on him. Q Semperuto out onto the ice. Bruto picks it clean. Back out to Bobst. Bobst tried to get a shot off. Gets it knocked down in front of him. Back over to Fisher. Fisher. Turns. Fires on the goaltender. Goaltender knocks it down. There's a penalty coming up on Phantoms. So Team Philadelphia will play with an extra man. Lucas, charge up. Back out to Tobin. Gets a shot off. 3:26. Phantoms will be down. Back out to the point. Nichols gets it. Over to Doherty. Scores! Doherty with a hat trick today. So Colin Doherty with, I think, his first hat trick of the year. So it makes it a 4-2 game at the 3:19 mark. On the face-off, Phantom look, sent it in the neutral zone and hits a referee. Phantoms come across the blue line, center opposite side. Justin just outside of his reach, picked up by Nichols. Nichols. Wow, almost made it all the way through. Justin with a good save. Kobe tried to turn it back. Now it's back over. 3-on-2 opportunity. Okay. Oh my gosh, a nice feed to Nichols. Wasn't expecting it. Took a swipe at it. Opposite side pass by the Phantoms. Circle it back over. Picked up by Nichols. Nichols turns. Gets it over to Kobe. Kobe coming up. Got 4-on-1. Looking for a little bit of help. Centers it right to a defender. Blake. Doherty picks it up. Doherty waiting for a little help, dumps it in. .205 left. Back over to Tobin. Tobin makes a move, looks. Back over to Cusa. Cusa dumps it forward to Peruto. Peruto picked up by Cusa. Cusa looking. I think he tried to get a shot off, went outside the reach. Tobin tried to turn and keep it in the zone. Cusa's there, picked up by Peruto. Peruto looking. Scores! Wow, what a shot and a goal. Peruto with a wicked wrister. Lifts the bottle, so Peruto. That was 9 from 86 for Cusa, who picked it up alongside the boards. So 5-2 at the 137 mark. Puck's down. Luca sends it back over to Tobin. Tobin into the neutral zone. Phantoms pick it up. Cross center ice. Cycled all the way back down. Justin tried to get to it. Tobin. Back over to DeFrugio. DeFrugio, opposite side, back over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman gets rubbed off the puck. Heston, little token swing at it. Kobe, good pressure onto it. Didn't realize where the puck was. Back over to the opposite side. Deese sends it back up. Not able to get out of the zone. Phantoms. Redirect goes outside the reach of Justin. Puck still. Now it's into the neutral zone. 42 seconds left in the game. All the way back. Back over to Lucas. Lucas loses it. 21 seconds. Nichols tried to take a swipe at it, picked up by Doherty. 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that'll do it. 5-2 Team Philadelphia.